The Lunch Club can confirm that a UK-based Nigerian nurse has been busted at work. This guy's nursing career is now over. The guy is facing serious trouble. He has been exposed at work. Some people are saying that this brother, it was the desperation of life in the UK that pushed this brother to take this action. Why some are saying that this brother, he is naive. He deserves to get what happened to him. Let me know what your views are as we dive into the story of our brother Lucius Njoku. Njoku came to the United Kingdom with his then wife. He came to the UK to pursue a master's program. While he was studying the master's program, his wife was initially his dependent. Report has it that this brother is a nurse. He was only in the UK to upgrade himself. When he was studying in the UK as a nurse, his wife is now the one that is now this guy's main applicant. He's now the wife dependent. This guy, while he was in the UK, we finished his degree and he was waiting for his nursing qualification to come true. This brother, one fateful day, he has a friend. There are reports that this friend, a lady named Joyce George, Joyce George was his girlfriend. That is report that we have had. This guy, he then asked this girl, Joyce, say, look, Joyce, things are hard. I'm looking for a job, but it's hard for me to get a job. Why don't you help me register as a nurse? You register with an agency. When you register with the agency, give me the details. Once I have the details, all I need is I will be able to use your name to work. This is a man asking a female healthcare assistant to use her name to do shift. Because they were in a relationship, the girl, Joyce, then go on, she registered with the agency, she had a successful interview, and she was told, this is where you will be working in a hospital somewhere in Wales. This girl, between February to April this year, the girl then gave this guy her details and told this guy, you can then go to the hospital and start using it to work. Remember, Lucio, the guy you're seeing here, is a man. The girl that registered, Joyce, is a woman. This guy put the badge on and he went to the hospital and he was pretending to be Joyce. He was working there for 2 months. He was working there for 2 months and making money. One day, a male patient saw this guy and he looked at the photo of the person on the guy's uniform. That person is a woman. Guy, what did it happen? How can you have a face of a woman's name, and you are a man walking in this world? And the man then comforted our guy, Lucio, and said, Lucio, who are you? Because you know not the photo on this picture. This is not your face. The man then reported Lucio straight away to the hospital staff. When he reported Lucio to the hospital staff started going through the CCTV. They started investigating. They then realized that this guy is not the one that is supposed to be working here. Immediately, they reported this gentleman, Lucio, to the police. When the police went to the house where he was, they saw him and the lady, Joyce, in the same house. When they saw them, They arrested both of them. When they arrested both of them, they then seized their phone and they checked their phone. There was correspondence. The lady was telling him the shift. There's a shift today. There's a shift tomorrow. They were discussing shift and other matters through the phone. And the police were saying, okay, it looks like this is a well-planned arrangement. Remember, this guy is a qualified nurse. He could not wait to have his safeguarding checks completed so that he can start working with his name. The police then arrested this guy. They took the game away. When they interviewed them, they answered no comment to all the questions that the police asked them. After that, the police took this gentleman to court. When they took him to court, he pleaded, he was found guilty only yesterday. Meanwhile, as soon as Joyce was arrested and she found out that the police were going to charge her, she got the next flight and she disappeared to Nigeria. Joyce is now in Nigeria. The police have issued a warrant for her arrest. She will be arrested because the Nigerian and the United Kingdom have extradition agreement, which means that she will be returned back to the UK to face the full arms of the law. This guy, his lawyer said that no, the guy did not cause any harm. All the patients that the guy looked after, the guy did a marvelous job, but he was doing a job with someone else's identity. That is what landed our brother in trouble, because the brother could not wait. Due to the pressure, he could not wait to have his document given to him, and because of his impatience, this brother, he now has criminal record in the UK. Now he has his nursing checks. Everything is now out. Because this brother now has criminal conviction, he will not be able to work in the UK. And there are even reports that he may be deported. Now, the question I'm asking is that this is not a man this is a man who, to me and to a lot of people, is desperate to work, a man who was under a lot of pressure, a man who could not wait, who was impatient and decided to do things through the back door. He didn't cause any harm, but because of what he has done now, his nursing career is now ruined. Do you have any sympathy for this gentleman? Because his life now, even when he wants to apply for his settled status, if he's not deported, this issue may bring its head up again. What is your view in the case of our brother Lucius, who has now been found guilty and asked to pay over £300 back to the court? The reality that whilst all this is going on, his wife, whom you're seeing here, the wife has said she's going to stand behind her husband. She's standing behind him. She is now the main applicant and the guy is now dependent. Do you have any sympathy for this man? For those watching from in Africa, you see, this shows you how the pressure, when you're asking people to send you money, just remember what some people are going through. This is a man who, I believe, through the pressure of life in the UK, he could not wait to have his document. And because he couldn't wait to have his document, he has now landed himself in trouble. The 2 months that he worked, he was working and paying tax, but because he couldn't wait to have his safeguarding check, his nursing career is now ruined. What is your view? Do you have any sympathy for Lucas? Do you think that the guy should have waited? Do you think that he should be deported? Mind you, the guy worked for 2 months. There was no evidence that he put any patient safety wasn't compromised. There's no evidence that this guy did not pay tax, but the only thing he did wrong is he worked with someone else's ID. What is your view? Do you have any sympathy for this guy? Let me know whether you think that what this guy did, do you have any, whether you see any reason in what the guy did? Do you think there's any a rationale that the pressure of life in England, paying bills and all these things may have contributed, but the price the guy has paid now is that his nursing career, which he has worked for, is now gone, and the guy is now working in the factory, and we don't know if the guy should be deported. Put your comment in the comment section whether you think that this guy should be deported or allowed to stay in the UK. But the reality is that his nursing career is ruined because the brother was working with a female ID, pretending to be this female called Joyce. Do you think that Joyce should be extradited back to the UK to face the arms of the law? But she's currently in Nigeria. Don't forget to give this video a like, share, and let me know what your views are in the comment section. This young man has been found guilty for using someone's document to